Number 5.
Hello my friends, today's video is the top 5 abilities of BTD Battles. That being said, this is an opinion, and if you have a different opinion, that's totally fine. Just throw some information in the comments down there. Just don't be mean about it. Everybody has their own opinions. Second of all, this is also a BTD Battles top 5, not a Blues Boogie City, not a BTD 5. They're completely different games, and they will be considered so in this list. So the first one is the 2-4 Mortar ability. The only way, one of the only ways to go late game is to Mortar spam. The 2-4 Mortar spam will keep the Zomagods in their place. Like I said, this is one of the only good abilities to stall the Zomagods in the late game. There's some other abilities that are still pretty darn good in the late game, but the Mortar stall is one of the main ones.
Number 4.
Another great ability is the 2-4 Ninja. Again, this can be used for late game and slow the balloon down by half. But at the same time, it can also be used in a lot of other circumstances. When you get level 18 Moabs, level 20 BFBs, pretty much anywhere in the late game, you can use the 2-4 Ninja very, very effectively. And it basically doubles all of your popping power. It's absolutely stupendous.
Number 3.
Now we move on to something a little bit more crazy. The Monkey Ace. You've got the Ground Zero ability. Why is this guy so unbelievably crazy? Why is he so amazing? Well, first of all, the Ground Zero ability has been nerfed time after time after time. It used to be a full, infinite BFB popping power down to nothing, and it could be an extreme amount of Zomagod popping power as well. It used to be unbelievably amazing. Why is it still showing up on this list? Because it's still a very, very solid tower. He can stop so many BFBs, infinite Moabs, infinite balloons up until a certain point. And the cool thing about him is you can hide him really, really easily. You save him up, you don't really need to use him during the game, then all of a sudden, you pop him out on level 22 and you can just insta-kill every single $30,000 rush that this guy's sending out against you. And the cool thing about it is he really isn't that expensive. It's only $14,000 for that ability. You can easily buy and sell that thing pretty much as you need it. So as long as you have a reasonable defense, you can easily take down all of these balloons. Now against Zomagods, like I said, he's not quite as good as he probably should be. He's okay, it still takes him quite a few hits to pop Zomagods, but that's not the main thing that's amazing about him. Once you get down to those BFBs, 2 Ground Zeros will instantly kill him, and if you use Moab Ballers and stuff to get them down to Moabs, you can insta-kill all of those balloons inside with just $14,000. Imagine trying to do that with any other tower. It's just absolutely hard to do. So after our amazing defense, and you could tell with only 2,000 economy, we're easily buying and selling the Ground Zero ability very, very easily on some of these levels. And he had a bunch of farms. He farmed like crazy the entire game, and we still are destroying his rush so unbelievably easily. And there it is, the best monkey ability that we've got, the Flying Monkey Ace of Doom. And you know what? After you use a few of those abilities, you can still sell him and start rushing him right on back. And
Number 2.
now we move on to something a little bit more our style. This is the Dart Monkey. Now the Dart Monkey is amazing by himself. You can use him as 2-3 Dart Monkeys, you can use him as Juggernauts, you can use him in the mobile version very, very effectively. He's awesome sauce. But what about the Super Monkey Fan Club? Yes, indeed, my friends. Super Monkey Fan Club by itself is amazing. On top of that, you can get 2 Dart Monkeys to increase the popping power and make them even more fantastic with the range upgrades and everything. And on top of that, you can do Super Monkey Juggernaut Clubs and get 4 Juggernauts to make basically infinite balloon popping power. I've never seen the Juggernauts not pop enough balloons. At the same time, though, the Juggernauts do not increase the Moab popping power. Not increase your Moab popping power at all, but look at the amount of balloon pop power. As soon as those Moabs get popped, the balloons are just straight up gone. They're just annihilated very, very quickly. You can easily rebuy and sell this guy, and that's what makes him number 2 in our list. Very awesome. Nobody's ever going to beat you if you're going to Super Monkey Fan Club on any reasonably long level, as long as you micro accordingly.
Number 1.
The number 1 ability, probably the most used ability, will be the Tack Shooter, the Blade Maelstrom. The reason why the Blade Maelstrom is so awesome is because it's not perfect balloon popping power every single time, but on a lot of levels. Big, gigantic Regal Rainbow Rushes, Regal Ceramic Rushes, mixtures of crazy balloons up until level 18 will easily be stopped by the Blade Maelstrom. As long as you can micro accordingly, the Blade Maelstrom is the best ability to use. You can also use him in the late game as well. You can use him on level 20, 22, 24. If you have a billion balloons popping out of those BFBs, what's one of the only good ways to pop them? With the Blade Maelstrom, and that's why he is number 1 on our list. He is basically unstoppable against these balloons. Look at that, he just keeps on rushing me. And also another good thing about him is that he's so cheap. You can rebuy him and sell him even with 600 economy. I'm buying and selling him like 7-8 times, and it's honestly not a big deal at all. And with just a few other towers, we're completely annihilating these gigantic rushes. Did you see all this farms? Very, very easy to do. Now, if you did not agree with my list, please, down in the comments down there, let me know what you think about them. I've got a couple quick honorable mentions. The 2-4 Spike Factory is absolutely amazing for Zone My Gods, and I highly recommend using that in a lot of late games as well. But using the Spike Factory in general in most games is just kind of hard to use, and that's why it stayed off my list. Also, the 2-4 Ice Tower is actually quite efficient as well. I actually really like that guy, but I tend not to use it in most games because I'm not usually an Ice Tower guy myself. So again, if you liked this video, throw a like down there. Thanks for watching, and have a super duper delicious day.